If you are a budding entrepreneur, a business owner, or a leader in a corporate in need of some inspiration, you are watching the channel created just for you. Our aim is to guide and assist you to reimagine and engineer or re-engineer your brand with confidence. Talk to Us live streaming is the channel where our team of superheroes explore, experiment, enable, and establish the current work order. With confidence, of course. Here's Chris Avon-Smith with today's episode of Focus Forward.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Focus Forward. Always such a privilege to spend time with you on these Wednesday mornings. Right, so let's go through a few things. Today I'm going to be talking about the importance of being able to say no. You know, for some of us, that's one of the hardest things to do because generally we are people pleasers and we do try and help people and say yes. Or on the other hand, it might just be too embarrassing to say no, or, you know, all of those sort of things. So why is it important for us to be able to say no? There's a couple of reasons. And the first one is that often other people's priorities take precedence over your own. Let's break that down a little bit. So in order for you to please people, to say yes, and accede to other people's requests or demands or whatever they are, your priorities, things that are important to you, often go by the wayside. The second thing is that people, let's call them acquaintances, people that you barely know, or that are not that important from you, will actually take time away from those people who are important to you, your friends, your family, even business people, your colleagues that are important and you need. So it's really, really important to be able to say no to people you don't really want to foster a relationship with or extend that relationship. You know, often people will jump in and say, you know, let's go for a drink, let's do X, Y, and Z. And you know what? They might not be your type of person. People you actually want to get to know on that sort of level. And it's important for you to say, sorry, can't do. Time is a commodity. Time is so important, and often we have very little of it available to us. So don't just say yes to every ARB invitation you get. You know, there's that lovely saying that some people will turn up at the opening of an envelope. Well, you know, you don't have to be that person, ever. An important factor about being able to say no is that in our lives, which are generally hectic and pushed and stressed, and we have stresses and strains all over the place, we need time for R&R, rest and recovery. We need time to ourselves. We need time to be able to literally switch off, recover, and rest so that we become more effective in our lives. And by not saying no to things, often we lose the time that we would have for R&R. If we constantly are saying yes to things and we adding stuff into our diaries and we're getting busier and busier and busier, all we do is end up being frustrated because we don't get to the stuff that we need to do, or we get incredibly stressed because of the amount of engagement, the amount of things we have to do. And a lot of these, if we're able to say no, will just fall away, and it will free us up to do the stuff that is important in order to get away from this frustration of, oh, I've got so much to do. So really, really think about that. Say no. And finally, it stops us being able to say yes to the important things. I mean, let's really look at that. You know, if you have filled your stuff, your diary, your life up with so many things that you're saying yes, you're stressed by it, etc., important things come up. Things like time with friends, time with family, time for yourself, the important one. Spending time on yourself. It might be going to gym or yoga or painting your watercolors, or listening to classical music. Stuff that we all need to do to make ourselves feel good. And often, if we don't say no, we really don't have time to say yes to the important things. Have a terrific week. I really enjoy our time together, and I will see you next week, Wednesday. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. You'll find us on your favorite podcast app, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to encourage you to participate by liking, subscribing, leaving a review or comment. Questions are welcome too. Questions on the burning issues orbiting your brand, be it personal or corporate. Visit us on www.talktous.today.